What it do? Strapped up TV, this strapped up P. Today we got the Springfield XD-9, full size, 16 round capacity review. If you're looking for a gun that you could throw into some mud and still fire it, this is the gun. So we got a 9mm, 9x19mm, 16+1 capacity. That's extremely good firepower for a pistol. 16 rounds, you cannot beat that at all. Height, 5.5 inches. It's a pretty big gun. It's a pretty big gun. You know, you can try to conceal this, but it's gonna leave a print, no matter how you conceal it. I have a belly holster. I have various pocket holsters, hip holsters. It's gonna leave a print. It's a big gun, full size. Weighs 28 ounces. The barrel is 4 inches. Semi-auto, short recoil, striker fire. The frame of it is all polymer. The grips. This is a textured polymer. You know, you can hold it pretty good. You know, you get a good grip on this. You know. The sights, gun's unloaded. Sights, the raised fixed sights. And you can see them in the night, which, you know, makes them very good. When you got pitch black, you can see those 3 little dots. Pretty good. Grip safety. It's a grip safety. This gun will not work if you don't activate this safety by pushing it in. You have to hold the gun properly to grip this, and that makes this the reason that this is my favorite gun. This grip safety is great. Like right now, if I don't have that grip safety down, you can't really pull the slide back. You see? Can't pull the slide back. Not holding the grip safety, trigger doesn't work. Now look how it works when I have the grip safety activated. Pulls right back. So it's a 9mm, 16 rounds. You can't beat that. And I can put this little 380 beside it to show you the comparison of how big it is. It's a heavy gun. It's heavy too. It's a double stack mag. I forgot to mention that the trigger has a built-in safety also. If you can see, basically a double trigger. You have to pull this down the right way to be able to activate it, on top of having this grip safety activated. But once you have this grip safety activated and you're pulling down on this the proper way, there's no other safety on this gun. You know, it becomes a safety-less gun. And it's unloaded, by the way. Rails. It has rails on it to be able to add different kinds of equipment to it. Right now, I just have a laser on it. Pretty cheap laser. I have a more expensive laser right here, but problem we find with these lasers is, man, you get a big laser and it don't fit no more holsters. So that's why I don't have this one on, which it's a pretty decent laser. a good laser. Just makes the gun so much bigger and wider, you know. It's a problem with that. So, if you're looking for a firearm under $600, $650 and under, you can find this firearm anywhere from $400 to $600, just depending on what region you're in and what store you're in. It just depends. I found a deal on this that was unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a gun that's very comparable to Glock. And you know, the good thing that people love about Glock is, I mean, you can put a Glock in mud, dirt, water. I mean, you could do almost anything to a Glock and it'll still shoot. And I got some good news. I've watched a few different torture tests on this gun. I've seen this gun submerged in the yuckiest mud, grime water that you could possibly think of, you know, multiple times, you know. When I did the torture test, I dropped it in mud one time just to, you know, get a good little cover of mud on it, and it still fired. So I fired 2 shots out of it. Then I dropped it in mud again, and I fired about 3 more rounds out of it. I would say I dropped it in mud a 3rd time and still had no problems. You know, and I'm not big on trying to drop my guns in mud to see if they shoot. I don't like getting them dirty. So, you know, I only took it so far. But torture test, man, it did excellent. I mean, you can't shoot like an AK in mud. You know, I mean, you can't beat that for $400. If you can find this firearm for $400, I would tell you to jump on it immediately. This is what you call an investment. You know, a lot of times, gun lovers, you know, we say that, oh, well, this is just another investment. And whether you feel like that or not, this right here, 16 round, 9mm, with fixed sights, grip safety, trigger safety, 16 round capacity, man, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that. You can't beat it. I would rate this gun a 10 out of 10, a 10 out of 10. So far, other than just the sheer size of how big it is and heavy it is in your pocket, which I'm not saying that that's a bad thing at all. Other than that, I haven't found anything about this firearm that I would say I don't like about it, you know. And it is a pretty good gun to use if you're a beginner. I'm not a beginner, but I would tell you what, with this grip safety in the back, you have to hold this gun 100% properly to be able to activate this trigger, to be able to activate this slide. And I mean, you can't beat that kind of safety. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And you can't just fumble around on this trigger and press the back of this trigger down and it's not gonna work. You have to have your fingers on this trigger on the first part and the second part to be able to pull it back all the way. So the trigger reset on this is also pretty good. Let's activate that trigger. It's not a heavy trigger at all. It's not a bad trigger. And you don't really hear no click, but I mean, you can rapid fire this gun in succession. Almost make it sound like it's not semi-automatic. You can fire this gun really fast. I'm talking about this gun, it has a pretty good fire rate. It'll get them rounds up out of there. Feel like I done emptied a 16 round clip in man, felt like about 4 seconds. Yeah. But this right here is a Springfield XD-9 Defender Series. It is a 16 round capacity. It has a grip safety and a trigger safety. It has rail mounts so you can mount attachments on it. And overall, this is a great firearm. And if you're really looking to have something that packs a punch, this 9mm is the way to go. And it's top shelf. You know what I'm saying? When we talking pistols, you know, just regular pistols, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is something you want to be defending your life with. Because I would tell you, reliability is an A+. You ain't going to go wrong with this. So, with that said, it's Strapped Up TV. I'm Strapped Up P. Y'all protect yourself. Be safe.